But hold up, though. Brandon Graham, with all the stuff that I said earlier in these videos, how the defense wasn't helping, Jonathan Gannon was messing up, but I also said it's all about the talent, right? BG, after last week, you could basically say that he lost us the game against the Commanders. Against Washington last week, he comes back, he gets a sack on Matt Ryan. Did he win the game for us? Let me know, because I kind of feel like he did. Thinking about it, he got the sack that basically solidified the game for us. BG came up big today after letting us down last week. Shout outs to BG, bro. Let's get it. Man, it's cold in the mother FI, all that here in Philly. Birds get the W against the freaking Colts. What a struggle. Unfortunately, and it really shouldn't have been a struggle, but it was. All right. Now, granted, the run defense was way better than I actually expected it to be today after the first drive. Colts was still busting our behinds in the secondary. Colts was still, like, Matt Ryan had way too much time in the pocket. But when it came down to it in the crunch, the defense showed up. And you can't take that from him, right? But Jonathan Gannon, your time is wearing very thin. I've been on you and saying you are not a defensive. I'm sorry. But your schemes don't make sense. Now, Jonathan Gannon, your schemes. The first drive, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but did I see on that first drive from the Colts, when they scored, did I see you drop? Or did I see Hargrave drop into coverage on the 5-yard line? And maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I can't sit here and say I'm right. I can't sit here and say I didn't see what I saw. But it just felt dirty to me that I feel like it was on 2nd and goal. I feel like I saw Javon Hargrave drop into coverage. Again, I may be wrong. Listen, I may be wrong. I may have seen that, wrong. I may have seen it just totally off. But when I saw it, I immediately said, I know Javon Hargrave did not just drop into coverage on the 5-yard line. As they ran the ball down our throats from the 20 into the goal line. Basically, Pittman had a 28-something yard catch, but the run came in right after that. And we couldn't stop it. And I just felt like I saw on the 5-yard line, Javon Hargrave drop into coverage. Listen, like I said, I may be wrong. I may be totally off. I may be way off. But I instinctively remember Javon Hargrave, as the ball was snapped, back up off the line 10 yards. I'm hoping that I was wrong and I didn't see that. But I kind of feel like I saw that. Nonetheless, Birds get the W in ugly and very anxious fashion. Okay? We got the W. Jalen did what Jalen was supposed to do. He's the reason we got the W. I mean, he scored the last touchdown. Jalen did, he played his role. He played his part. Along with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They all played their parts tonight. Or today, this afternoon, whatever you want to say. It's getting dark now. It's early. Summertime over. But regardless, I just feel like, again, we're not running the ball enough. Now, I haven't went over the stats to see how many touches that Miles Sanders had, they got in the first half and throughout the game, but I just feel like we did not run the ball enough. I just feel like we didn't run the ball enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have been running from the rip. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't. We didn't run the ball enough. We did not run the ball enough. We did not run the ball effective enough. 3rd and 4 is the play. I feel like it was right before halftime that sticks out to me the most. 3rd and 4, you bring Gainwell in the game and you run it to Gainwell. But you didn't give the ball to Miles, who's averaging 4.5 yards per carry. Why? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, we're going to bring Gainwell in the game and we're going to run the ball with Gainwell on 3rd and 4 at a crucial time where we could have took the lead. Or no, matter of fact, not even took the lead, tied the game before halftime. You run the ball 3rd and 4 with Gainwell. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. The play calling for the past, I would say 3 to 4 weeks, honestly, yeah, we've gotten wins over the past month and a half. We only got 1 L, but the play calling on offense and defense has been horrendous in my eyes, bro. You're not running the ball enough. You're targeting AJ as much as possible. That's great. That's fine. The defense, you got 4 pass rushers up front. Now, granted, we went out. We got Ndamukong Suh and Joseph, to help solidify the run defense. But, I don't know, bro. It's just something not right. Something is not right. You go back and you look at these games in this past season, and you watch. It just seems like Jonathan Gannon is playing in what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't want the DBs to get beat, basically. Right? So when you're doing that, you drop your linebackers into coverage, and then you drop extra men into coverage, where you need to be dropping extra men, not even dropping, but you need to be sending extra men on the blitz to stop the run. Because every team that we've played in the last 4 to 5 weeks have been running the ball on us nonstop, and we have not been able to stop them. Yes, Jordan Davis is out. Yes, Jordan Davis is gone. But this defense is skilled enough to stop the run without extra help. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm happy we went and got Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me messed up. But, bro, play Nakobe Dean. Let Nakobe Dean stop the run. That's one of the reasons we drafted Nakobe Dean, is so that he can stop the run. Nakobe Dean is a talented rookie that we have yet to see in the regular season. It's time to fix that. Jonathan, it's time to fix it. Listen, I love Kazir White. You know what I'm saying? TJ Edwards is a monster. Kaiser White is a beast. But LocD'N coming in the game to stop the run, I just feel like the young cat, the rookie, needs to get these snaps in to get his experience so he can be ready for next season. You know, so he can be ready for later down the line, and just in case something was to happen, God forbid, before the playoffs or during the playoffs or whatever have you. It's time to give him some snaps. He has not played a snap. He hasn't played a snap in the regular season since what, week 1 or week 2? You know what I'm saying? It's time to let the rookie come in and do what he does. Let him come in, ball out. He has the intelligence. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he needs to do, what he has to do. He knows that. Let him get in there. Let's see what we got, and let's go from there. Let's go from there, bro, because this ain't it. You're not sending the blitz. You're not doing any. You're not mixing it up in the front D line. You're not doing none of that. You just you're bailing out for the corners, and the corners are the top 5 in the league. Stop it. Stop it. It's time to play LocD'N. It's time for the defense to figure out what it is. What's your identity? Giving up 100+ yards and rushing is not us, bro. You know, and again, like, I understand, Jordan Davis took up 2-3 blockers, which freed up the linebackers for the run D. I get that. With one player going down, what you do is you send an extra blitz. I've been saying this for weeks now. I've been saying it last year too. You gotta send the extra blitz. You gotta send an extra man on defense, bro. You have to. You gotta shore up the run. You have to. You don't shore up the run, we're going to be in games like this every freaking week, bro. What are you going to do? You got to switch it up, Jonathan. You got to figure something out. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have my opinion on what you should do, what you need to do, but you know, you're supposedly the professional. But when somebody like me can sit back and see, and yo, did he just drop the defensive tackle into coverage? From the 5 yard, like they got 5 yards to go. You drop the man and he ain't just do that. No way. Or they just running all on us. You don't send an extra man to stop it. With Jordan Davis, we took an extra man from their offensive line, which freed up an extra man of our defense. Jordan Davis goes out. To me, common sense says it's time to send an extra blitz, an extra man to stop the run. Instead, you drop everybody. Might as well say you drop everybody to freaking zone, which makes no freaking sense to me. None whatsoever. I don't get it. Now, offensively, we did not look good today. We didn't run the ball effectively. We didn't run the ball enough. Damn effectively. We didn't run the ball enough. We did not look effective in the run. The pass game was okay. It was okay. It got us the W at the end of the day. You know, Jalen today just seemed super rushed out of the pocket. Excuse me. Jalen just seemed like he'd take the snap, 1, 2, I'm going. Instead of, waiting. You had protection, Jalen. The protection was there. And had you take another half a second, full second, you probably would have got an open receiver downfield. But again, I'm not mad at Jalen I'm more mad at Steichen because we didn't run the ball enough. We didn't run the ball enough, bro. I'm not saying it needs to be equal, but I need Miles Sanders to get at least 20 touches. At least 20 touches, bro. Let Miles get the rock. Defense is holding them. Defense is doing what they're doing. Not giving up the points. Giving up a hell of a load of yards, but they're not giving up the points. Offense comes back on the field and you run for one play, throw for 3. Or run for one play, throw for 2. Or throw for 2, whatever. You're not running the ball enough. Run the ball. You have running backs that are averaging 4.5 yards per carry. It's been happening for the past 3 to 4 years now. I don't understand. All this analytics BS is goofy stuff, man. Let that go. Run the ball. They know what we trying to do. Jalen gonna get the rock. Half of the time he gonna throw. The other half he gonna run. Run the ball with the damn running back like we supposed to do. Power offense, bro. On first down. At least on first down, bro. At least on first down, run the ball. Instead, you're throwing a receiver screen on 1st and 10. Or a receiver screen on 2nd and 7. 2nd and 8. Then add on top of that all the penalties. And come on, bro. Listen, I'm happy. I'm proud of this team for being 9-1. We keep playing like this, we not gonna make it through the playoffs. Let's just keep it a whole 100. You keep playing like we playing right now, we're not gonna make it through the playoffs. Teams got our numbers right now, bro. They got our number. How do you fix it? You run the ball on offense. We can't stop the run on defense. Send an extra. Because every week, in that second half, second quarter, third quarter, we get stagnant on offense and defense. Well, defense is be giving up the cheeks in the second half, in the second quarter, and in the third quarter, until Jonathan says, you know what, let's blitz. And once we blitz, it all turns around. But there's no reason that we should have to go through this. There's no reason we should have to go through this. Send the blitz. You see we getting beat on the run. Send an extra man on defense to stop the run. Plug the hole. Now with Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph, hopefully that, and we've seen it today. It was great. It looked good. After, after that long drive, their first drive of the game, after that, the defense sold up. They got this shit together. And I really don't believe it was because of Jonathan. I really believe it was because of the talent of the team that we have. The talent of the players we have is the reason why the defense got better after that first initial drive where they went down and scored a touchdown. Other than that, the defense was terrible. Let's keep it a buck. It wasn't good enough. It was good enough to get the W, but it's not good enough for us to say, we going to the chip and we going to win. The run is our weakness, and we have to figure out a way to stop the bleeding. Jonathan, you're the defensive coach, defensive coordinator. You need to figure it out ASAP. Otherwise, we're gonna get burnt. We got Green Bay next week, running offense. Tennessee after that, running offense. New York after that. The Giants after that, running offense. Coming off of losing to Washington, but he ran all over us, and then barely beating the Colts, who ran all over us too. You got to figure it out, Jonathan. I don't know what you need to do. To me, you need to be fired. I'm sorry, but your schemes have not changed since you've been here. The only thing that's changed is that we have the personnel, we have the talent. But you have not changed. You keep putting this defense into bad spots, bad situations, where they got to dig themselves out of holes. And that's not fair to them. Because this defense is really good. Get it together, Jonathan. You know what I mean? Get it together. But regardless of that, we get the W. Birds win today against the Colts. What was it? I think we won by 17-16. We got Green Bay coming up next week, I believe. So, with that being said, stay blessed, stay positive, stay away from the goofy-ish, man. We're going to talk again later this week. Go Birds.